Hello，大家好，我们今天邀请到了来自于美国的 Boveda 的全球营销总监 Balbaert。接下来呢，我会就大家的一些关于 Boveda 的问题呢，问一下我们的 Balbaert，然后呢，他会给大家进行一一的解答。
So there's one consistent theme that runs through the process of building any instrument, any wooden instrument out there. So every luthier or instrument builder will primarily look at a stable condition to create their instruments. And normally what I see, because I visited so many luthier workshops, what I normally see is that between 45 to 55, that's how they try to maintain the room. All right, so to answer this question, I would like to talk about instrument builders. Regardless of what instrument it is, if it's made out of wood, these people will try and create a balanced environment, which is normally between 45 to 55% humidity. Why is that? Because that's when the wood is most pliable and most workable to create something new, which is in their case a beautiful new instrument. If they don't, the stability of a structure will not be as good as if they do manipulate that situation to 45 to 55%. So what happens if they would not do this? If it's too dry, that wood is going to react to it. I always refer to like a door, you know. In the winter and the summer, if you have a wooden door, sometimes it will be a little hard to open, or sometimes it's really loose, you know. It is really easy to open the door, or it's really hard to open the door. The reason is that wood is contracting and it's expanding all the time. So you don't want this to happen with an instrument because it will affect playability and it will create some problems. If it's too dry, I mean, most of the wood will retract, and in worst case, it will crack or bend. You will have fret sprouts. There's a variety of problems. You know, if you have a crack, the worst thing that you can imagine, you're basically stuck with an instrument you can't play anymore. If it's too wet, the instrument will bloat. What will happen immediately, and you'll feel that probably you'll have to tune it all the time. The neck will have shifted a little bit. The top of your guitar will go like this. I mean, it all affects the comfort of playing of your guitar, and it ultimately will affect the sound of your guitar. So that's, in a long-winded way, the answer to that question. We've got a small starter kit and we've got a large starter kit. I mean, small and large, that should explain already something. So small starter kit is for instruments that are smaller. Automatically I start thinking about a violin, a viola, ukulele, all these type of instruments. So what do you have inside? In a small one, you would have a Boveda pack and a fabric holder with an actual strap that holds over the strings, right? For the large, this is for larger instruments. I mean, anything that's much larger than a violin, we have a double holder that holds 2 packs. And this would fit over the sound hole of your instrument. And a small one that would then be put under the headstock of your instrument. But we made it very easy because we explain everything at the back of the pack where you should be putting fabric holders on your instruments here at the back. And if you're unsure, go to www.bovedamusic.com and you can find all these answers. Again, this is a page purely dedicated to musicians, right? On average, let's talk about guitars because I see one standing behind me. For guitars, you would put this over the strings in the sound hole and this under the headstock. On average, our products will last for about 90 days. This is regardless if you're living in a very wet environment or you're living in a very dry environment. If you're constantly living in a very wet environment, we suggest you use the HA product, which is the high absorption product made for wet environments. If you use our regular product and you don't have these high fluctuations, you should be absolutely fine. So this over the sound hole when you have a single product, and we use this for safety on top. So there's a film inside these fabric holders that only allows water vapor to come in and out. It doesn't allow humidity to pass through. So that's an extra layer of safety. And then this fabric holder is super soft, so you can be sure that there will be no scratches or anything done that could potentially damage your instrument. You put your guitar in there, you put new packs in there. It will normally take, in a well-humidified case, it will normally take about a week to get a stable environment in your case or your bag. I mean, they work in both cases. If you have a good quality case or a good quality bag, in about a week you'll get a stable environment inside that space. So, regardless where you live, in a wet environment or in a dry environment, for 90 days with any of our packs, you would be totally secure. If you're the type that is a little bit forgetful and you forgot your packs in there longer than 3 months, if the pack turns crunchy, like I'm taking one of those out, if this turns crunchy, like it's only hard, that means all the water vapor evaporated and that pack is 100%, you need to replace it. But that's only if you forgot them in your case for longer than 90 days. So what's inside a Boveda pack? It's purified water, saturated salts, glycerin and a couple of other ingredients, but it is at the base a natural product, so you can actually throw it on a compost. So that is already a big difference. It's a two-way product, so it means it literally breathes, which is much better than a one-way product. And then we have two differences. We have a regular product, which will have a limited amount of purified water in it, and then we'll have a high absorption product, which will take in much more moisture than the regular product. This pack is created in such a way that it will potentially become bigger, up to 3 to 4 times, just to make sure that it takes in all the water that nature is throwing at it. The reason why we have these fabric holders is an extra layer of protection. It also keeps them in place. So if you want to put this above your sound hole, we have this Velcro strip. It keeps it securely in place instead of it moving through your case or bag all the time. And this is a cloth that actually protects the lacquer on your instrument. Inside we have a protective layer as well that only allows water vapor to come through, not water. So it's all about protection and longevity of your instrument. It is arguably the best instrument care that you can bring to your instrument for its lifetime, because every builder builds an instrument for a lifetime. Especially if you buy a precious instrument, that's what these builders want, and this is the easiest way to actually take care of your instrument. So we have more and more A brands, I mean the brands that you all love and play, who actually reached out to Boveda and asked to ship with Boveda. And the main reason for them is they create an instrument, they create it in an ideal environment, and then they put it in a case and they want this instrument to travel and arrive at your home in exactly the same environment and exactly the same controlled environment as they would have had in their workshop. So that's why they trust Boveda to actually do this. So normally there would be one or maybe multiple packs in a case arriving anywhere in the world, and it builds the extra layer of quality they want to provide for all their players. So not everybody wants to keep their instrument in a bag or a case all the time. They want to look at it, it's an investment, but they also want to enjoy the beauty every day. So for those people, we made a separate product, which is a directional holder. It is exactly like the other fabric holders, but it is solid here, which means that the inside of your guitar will be protected. So the whole action is done at the inside of the guitar. So this is also the place, if you get a crack, it will always start at the inside of your guitar. So this is a level of protection. It's not as good as in the case or in the bag, but it is as close as we can get if you want to just keep it in the room. So China, I just want to say thank you for your hospitality. I've had a really interesting time here, and I've met some wonderful people, honestly. I mean, my mission and Boveda's mission stays the same. We want people to play more, and we want people to play more on an instrument that's in top shape. And that's going to be our mission, for years to come. It's all about enjoying what you love, and in this case it's music, and I can hear music everywhere here in China, so that's good. So that's what we'll keep doing, and I hope you come on board. I hope you adopt Boveda, and I hope it will keep your joy of playing continuous.
好，我们今天所有的话题呢都非常愉快的聊完了，然后我们一起给中国的朋友们说一声再见啊！我们下次再见，拜拜。